Hello, my beautiful warriors of love. My name is Sabrina, and welcome to this Let's Talk. So this week, I'm just like every week, I talk about whatever's coming up in my field, or messages I get, during the night or during the day. These aha moments that come up, right? So all these points could be all over the place, but it is what it is. You guys know who I am, and if you don't know who I am, check out my other videos. This morning, I woke up with this in my head. I had to write it down, and I wrote it really messy in my diary. So when the monarchs fall, you will rise. Your power will be returned. Your light will be restored. And I was like, monarchs, and I kept seeing monarch butterflies like everywhere, right? But I don't know. I found this very I was like, this is very matrixy what you're telling me, right? Because when the royalty falls, and it was just like, don't put any attention to it, Sabrina. Just let it be what it is. So I'm just extending the message to you. You could take it whatever it means to you, what it doesn't mean. I hold on to anything anymore either. So this week I was talking to a few friends of mine, two friends actually, that brought this up, and one of them was like, I'm afraid of online banking. I don't want to put my information. I don't want to put my credit cards. I was like, okay. And another one was like, I don't want to send messages. I don't want to write emails. I don't want to do because AI. And I said, okay. I said, to each his own, right? But to me, it's I never understood. For me, it's not like anything, because it is what it is. It's like they can hear you anyways, right? They've been hearing you for the longest time, right? Even though you didn't know it. And now it's just being shown to you. And it's resistance is what I'm going to talk about. So we resist the AI, we strengthen it. When you resist something, you strengthen it. You resist fear, fear comes back like a bitch. You resist anger, You resist, you protest against something, you keep it alive. People think they protest against the war, you protest against this, you protest against that, and you're going to get something result, but you don't realize that it's not about the external. It's about you. You are the mirror to this earth. It's not like a politician, it's not like a leader, it's not like a religious leader, it's not like Jesus, it's not like Buddha, it's not like anybody else is going to make a change in this world except for you. That's where the lie is that everything is external, right? The lie is that you need to exercise to make yourself beautiful. You need to plastic surgery. You need to have a beautiful house. You need to have amazing clothes that cost thousands of dollars. You need shoes. You need the jewelry. You need to travel to find fulfillment in your life. You need outside, everything outside of you. Everything outside will help you move in, will help the war end, will help the money come into the bank. Everything outside will help when it's not. It's you. It's all internal, the work. You want something, you want that land to be happy or whatever, or to be peaceful again, then you have to be peaceful inside you. We're always seeking outside of us, and that's why the land has never been at peace. That's why we'll forever be toxic, and we'll forever be that, because you don't love yourself. You don't see the power within you, right? And that's kind of what it is. The monarchs will fall when you start to rise within yourself. It's not that's the inversion that is showing me so clearly these days. And I'm like, wow, man, it has nothing to do with anything. And it's if you feel like crying, you freaking cry. And if you need to be afraid, then be afraid. Feel the fear and don't say, no, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. That's resisting fear. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. So you are. Because you're resisting it. You're ignoring it. Okay? So a girlfriend of mine brought up this interesting analogy about children. The more you say no, 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 the more they will. And then I was thinking about rebellious teenagers, which we are. It's Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare take my money. Don't you dare take my, don't you dare do this. Don't you, and the rebellious teenager is like, F you, mama or papa, I'm doing it, right? That's the ego. You keep resisting. The ego's like, I'm going to do as much as I want. I'm going to do it even more. Instead, what happens when you ignore the ego? You allow the chatter to just like prattle on, or you send it love. If you continuously love a child, love a teenager, love an adult, love an animal, love a tree, we're always loving everything else, and then we're not loving ourselves. And loving the fear, loving the anxiety, loving the hate, loving the division, loving your neighbor. Love thy neighbor only when it's good for you. No, everyone. Love every single neighbor. Regardless of their skin color, regardless of their religion, regardless of their choices in their life. Right? All these like religions are like, oh, it depends. No, it doesn't depend, because God doesn't like doesn't pick and choose. Right? God, energy source, loves all, because we are all that. So that is that's the shift for me. It's like, oh my God, like, why are you even putting any attention? Nothing will make you happy. That is physical, emotional, mental, nothing. It's just you loving you. Like yesterday I was watching one of my favorites crime shows, The Killing. I don't know if you ever watched that. It's raw. But anyways, and there was like a suicide. And I'm sorry if I trigger anyone, but my sister committed suicide. And I cried for like 5 minutes, like massive tears. But I knew in my heart that I wasn't crying for her soul, because I know she's super happy where she is. And she even came in, and I could feel her energy. She's like, I'm happy. And I said, I'm crying for me. I'm crying because I miss your physicality. I miss your laughter. I miss your smiles. I miss like us making fun of people. I miss that. I miss like these moments. And it's okay. And me feeling this and telling you is huge, because I don't tell these things to people. Like, I just keep them for myself. But it's like, it feels so like uplifting, and I like releasing weight. And this is where I feel like we need to be at. I mean, that's where I need to be at. I need to just freaking release it all and be okay and love my grief. Like, love your anxiety. Say, you know what, like, because of you, like, what doesn't matter. You don't have to, like, this is the thing. Any explanation that comes in your head is your ego. And you know what? Love your ego. Right? Love it, and thank it for being the making me survive, being the fight, flight, whatever, freeze, whatever it was. If we learn to love it all, love your enemy, love it all, it's all an illusion. Can you love it all so that you can release yourself from this illusion? And that brings me to another point where I was watching YouTube as usual. Like, I like ASMR, I like things like this, and music. And I used to follow this guy, and like, he popped up in my feed, obviously, and I read his posts, and I was just like, wow, man, this is, and these are people with hundreds of thousands of followers, and it's just, anyways, that's just because this is where I'm at, and I had to be there too, because I was once there at he was talking about at one point, like, you're going to start realizing, if you're a high frequency person, that you're going to start leaving the cities, the urban landscape. And you're going to start moving into the great outdoors, into the like forests, into the islands, into whatever. And the lower frequency, by 2027, if you're still living in the urban landscape, then you are low frequency. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Because like the way I see it is like it's all a fucking illusion. Whether I'm in the city, whether I'm in the island, whether I'm in the ocean underneath this ocean, it doesn't matter, because it's all a narrative. And it's that division. It's like, oh, you're that and I'm this, and it's like, no, man. And I've fallen prey to this, saying this too. I've done this like in the past few years, even in the past few months. And I'm just realizing that it's like, and this is the evolution that we're on. And it's being honest with ourselves, right? And being like, yeah, okay, me too, I fell for that. Me too, like I said, I went into massive conspiracy. And yes, and me too, I fell there. And yes, I had to go into that. And yes, I followed this and I followed that. And I did. But because I wouldn't know otherwise. I wouldn't feel the resonance or the not resonance. I don't know how you say that word. The discomfort. I wouldn't have been able to experience it myself, because this is the human experience. We're here to experience that which feels good or not good inside, and it's our journey as much as it's the one, right? But we affect the one, and that is why the more we find peace and the more we love everything about us, everything, the extra blubber on the arm, the hate that comes out when I see someone, the anger, love it and watch it dissolve more and more, right? I'm learning this more and more, and it's becoming so clear. And I'm like, there's nothing here. When you stop feeding the narrative and putting attention on it, it all falls away like everything else. So there's no like, I'm going to live in the forest and you're going to be a high frequency person. It's like so silly to me, because I know that I'm being asked right now to stay in the urban landscape, because some of us are needed in the urban landscape and some of us are needed, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't really matter, because it's all a matrix. And the only way that heaven will present itself, because it's here already, heaven or hell, or it doesn't really matter because they're just words. Paradise, destruction, it's all apocalypse. These are all just words. The freedom and peace and the joy will represent itself when you're fully and freely in love with love. And you're like, it's the acknowledgement of loving all that you think is dark and evil and good. And it comes together and it meshes into one. So there's no good and evil. Like you loving Satan. What is Satan, people? Like seriously, people, do you really believe there's a devil and there's hell and there's like, this is like, I would say this is hell. Like, come on. It's like, it's the same way as like, like you believe so much that there's an angel, and then, like, it's like, stop putting your attention on the externalize some like other energy, because you're it. You're it. Like, I don't know how many times I can tell you, the power that's inside you is it. And any change that needs to be made is within you, not someone else. No one is going to help you. Not even me. I'm your guiding star. That's it. I can show you, but it's up to you to make the changes, like I did. And it's just like, yeah, I almost forgot about resist. Like, I said about that, right? Like the more we resist, the more we strengthen. The more you love, the more it falls away, or it grows, whatever it is that is necessary in your field at the time. So that's my little 15-minute rant. I didn't even do any bloopers today. Woohoo! Anyways, it's not a rant. It's just me expressing myself. And feel free to share in the comments like you do, and I freaking love your comments. You guys are like kick-ass, amazing. Thank you. Also, I'm going to bring up my book again. I know most of you have bought it, but some of you who haven't bought it, I've been getting such interesting reviews that people send me emails that it relates to their life in different ways. I've also received many like negative reviews, by the way. People who told me it was boring and whatever, but I like, it's fine. It's like everything is subjective, and this is, to me, if you found resonance in it, I've always been told that it actually activates codes within you. So I don't know where to go with that, but it is what it is. And I just want to thank you. Thank you. This, I don't know, this May energy has proven to be, it's not even May yet, but I feel a shift. Like April was, it was heavy, but it was very intense. That's the word. So here's looking at you, kid. Here's looking at you, little May babies. And I will see you in your readings. Love you. I know I'm crazy today. Bye.